Merry Christmas, everyone. Peyton Snavak here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update. Well, this is actually the all-Christmas movie DVD and Blu-ray update. We got a decent amount of titles here. There was one Christmas movie I meant to watch for this update, but I could watch it probably next update or probably next Christmas. But we never got to that. I never got to that one, unfortunately. But we do have a decent, great amount of stuff to talk about. So, as usual, I'm going to talk about the Blu-rays and then the DVDs. So the first one here I got, this is one I actually upgraded to Blu-ray. This is actually a burn on demand. I actually did a review for this movie. I had a DVD copy of it last year for the last Christmas update. But it was an Adam Sandler movie. It was an animated Adam Sandler movie called 8 Crazy Nights here on Blu-ray from the Choice Collection, which is, again, a burn-on-demand. If you guys don't know what that is, it's kind of like a, sort of like bootlegish in a sort of way. It is a legitimate copy. I mean, it is an official, like copy, but they do it with the, with, when they think movies aren't going to sell well, but it's black on the back, so it is not press disc. And, this is probably, the best Adam Sandler movie I've seen in a while. Because the last one he did, because, when it comes to Adam Sandler movies, I mean, the ones that he does nowadays are not great. I mean, I'm sure some of them are decent. I know the last one I really enjoyed was Uncut Gems, even though that wasn't, like, a comedy movie. That was more of, like, a thriller. I still like that one, though. But, like, some of his best movies were probably, like, somewhere in, like, the mid 90s to like to the mid 2000s. At that time, this came out in 2002. But this is him basically. It's him, and he's basically a character who nobody in the town really likes. He's always nothing but trouble, and he ends up doing something that causes him to go to jail, and he goes to his court hearing. And, the sentencing he has to do, he's got to do community service and, be a coach for, like, a basketball coach. And he becomes friends with this old man who kind of, like, has, like, a Carl Weezer kind of, like, voice, which I honestly thought that it was, I forgot what his name is. The guy who voices Carl, I think, Rob Paulson, I think that's his name. Which it turns out it's actually, it's also Adam Sandler doing the voice of the old man as well. But I don't know, I really like this one. And it actually looked pretty decent on Blu-ray. It's actually the same features as we got on the old DVD, but really great one here. The next one here, this actually I think came out to Blu-ray last year. If I'm not, yep, last year. This is from Vinegar Syndrome. It is one of those kind of Christmas movies you don't hear people talk about too much. I mean, you hear about, like, one of the horror movies around Christmas you would hear a while is like Silent Night, Deadly Night, maybe Christmas Evil, but you don't hear this one that much. But it's called Don't Open Till Christmas here on Blu-ray. This is actually as far as I know, this is actually the very first time it's ever came out to Blu-ray. And the has artwork cover on it as well. That was the cover and this is the reversible artwork, which is the original artwork that came out. But this is basically it's an upgrade to an old DVD. Well, it was a burn-on-demand DVD, but the way the picture looked on that DVD, it was so grainy. But this one, I have to say, for this Blu-ray right here, they did a very good job cleaning that up, because it was, like, very grainy, that old DVD. It was like, more grainy than that Creepshow 2 DVD that came out, or like one of the earlier Creepshow 2 DVD releases. But this actually takes place, I believe, in England, or London, and it's basically, this guy who's wearing this mask. It's kind of like this weird, kind of like, sort of like a Alice, Sweet Alice kind of like mask, and this person is, like, also wearing, like, a green hoodie, and he's going around killing people dressed up as Santa Claus. And it's the police trying to figure out what is going on, and it's them trying to put a stop to the killer. I actually do like this one. It's got a lot of features on here, but really great one. The next one here I got, this is one I've been wanting to check out because I love these kind of movies. You know, I did watch, you know, the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which was the horror version of Winnie the Pooh. I know that got a lot of bad reviews. To me, I actually kind of liked it. It wasn't perfect, but for what it was worth, I thought that was kind of neat. I think supposedly they're going to be doing a part 2, and I think they're going to be doing other stuff with like Disney characters, turn them into horror movies. But this one actually came out last year, but it just came out the Blu-ray a few months ago, and this is another burn-on-demand one. This is called The Mean One here on Blu-ray, and of course this is actually the horror version of The Grinch. Of course, like I said, it is black on the back, but this is basically it's basically in this version of The Grinch, it's the little girl Cindy, who you know, she witnesses her mother get killed by the Mean One, or AKA the Grinch, and it's years later she goes back to the town called Newville, and it's her going and her father going back to the town to celebrate Christmas again. But of course, you know, everything ever since that happened, you know, that ever since she left the town, everything was different, you know, because in the town now they're not allowed to celebrate Christmas because it's supposed to be against the law. But and of course, you know, when they don't listen, they celebrate Christmas anyway, all hell breaks loose. And it's her like trying to prove to people that the Mean One does exist. I absolutely thought this one was amazing. You know, David Howard Thornton, who played in the Terrifier, who played Art the Clown in the Terrifier, plays the Mean One. I love this one. I thought this one was amazing. I had a lot of fun with this one. The only features you get is deleted scenes, but definitely check this one out if you guys have not seen it. Alright, the next one here, I got another horror-related one. This is actually an out-of-print one that came out from Scorpion Releasing. And I didn't know what I was going to think about this one, but I actually enjoyed it. It's a movie that stars Jennifer Runyon, and it was directed by... directed by David Hest. David Hest also did the music, and he also starred in the Last House on the Left, the original. But this is a movie called To All a Good Night here on Blu-ray. Another horror-related Christmas movie you don't really hear many people talk about. But this is basically, it takes place at a sorority house, and it's someone dressed up as Santa Claus, you know, killing people, basically. And it's, of course, you know, the girls, the sorority girls are trying to figure out what's going on and, you know, trying to stop the killer. It's kind of like, you know, a Christmas slasher movie, but definitely a great one right here. Features, you get some interviews with some of the stars and writer, producer, and the original trailer. The next one right here, this one right here, again, another upgrade. I got it on eBay for about, I think, $8, which is pretty much what it's worth. Not the greatest movie, but it's not really a movie. It's more of like a special. But the only reason I ended up getting it was because I had the other ones. This was the only one I didn't have on Blu-ray. I really hope that they'll put out the remake, because but it was the, you know, BENJI'S very own Christmas story on Blu-ray. This is the one that came out from Mill Creek, and you know, I really did like that remake that came out on Netflix. I'm very surprised I cannot find any bootlegs of it, because I would really like to find at least a copy or something, because I actually thought that was a decent remake. I didn't think it was going to be, but it was actually probably one of the better ones in a while. This was the TV special, I think. This was, you know, the one woman and the little girl who was in the first two movies. This was them going to Santa's workshop, and they were taking the dog with them. That's mainly what it is. It's only like 25 minutes. It says an hour and 34, but it's actually 25 minutes. But you get a lot of featurettes on here. When he was on the Benji dog was on the Tonight Show. You get some featurettes, image gallery, trailers. It did look pretty decent on Blu-ray, I will say, though. Yeah, but that's that. Alright, the next one here I got. I actually just watched this one. Actually, I think it was Actually, on Saturday, actually, I gotta say, this movie was a hell of a good time right here. It was better than the other Santa Claus movie I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but this was a movie that was original. It was a Shudder original. It's called Christmas Bloody Christmas here on Blu-ray, but I absolutely just loved this movie. It's mainly, on Christmas Eve. It's mainly about a robotic Santa Claus that's going around killing people, and they're trying to, and the robotic Santa Claus ends up killing this couple. Well, he ends up killing the boyfriend, and it's after the girl. And I have to say though, this movie in a way it kind of like had a feel to like Chopping Mall in a sort of a way, mixed with the Terminator. I have to say, it was a lot of crazy gore in this one. Really enjoy this one. Um, the features here you get is behind the scenes of the movie, um, the SFX of the effects of the movie, the cast. But really great one right here. This one was really fun. Alright, now these last three Blu-rays I'm gonna get rid of. Like this next one right here. It wasn't that this one was a bad movie. It was kind of like one of the least, ones I watch, basically. It's, but I got it because it was $9.99. I wanted to give it a try, but, I still have soft spot for, the Many Adventures, and then the Tigger movie, Piglet's big movie, and then, what was the other one? Pooh's Grand Adventure, but this was a Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year, here on Blu-ray. It looked fine on Blu-ray, but it's definitely one of the ones I didn't really watch a lot. I mean, I think I did have at one point a VHS copy of this when I was little, like years ago, but I don't think I never watched it that much. If that was the case, but yeah, got that. This is the next this is the movie I was talking about when I talked about Christmas Bloody Christmas, but this one was alright. It was an indie movie, though. And it's, yet again, another burn on demand. But it's called All Through the House here on Blu-ray. Another movie about a killer Santa Claus. But this Santa Claus is mainly someone escaping from an institution. And they dress up as Santa Claus, killing people. But this kind of Santa Claus, it's him, like, going around with these, like, hedge clippers, and it's him, like, cutting off people's genitalia off. That's mainly what it is. But I have to say, this one was pretty gory, though. Definitely not as good, of course, as as this one. But for the most part, I actually really enjoyed it. For what it was. Yeah. Alright, the last Blu-ray I have. I bought this. I kind of wanted to check it out. I tried. I only watched it for 5 minutes. I just took it out because this was so horrifically bad. But this was a movie that does not need to exist. I don't even know why it does. A Christmas Story 2. Of course, this movie, has Daniel Stern. That's the only known actor that's in this movie. It's mainly takes place a few years after, the first Christmas Story, and it's mainly, in the first movie, Ralphie wanted the shotgun, but this one now, he's 15 and he wants to get a new car for Christmas. That's kind of like the one dream that he's trying to. That's one thing he wants to get for Christmas. I don't know. I just did not like this one. All right, now onto the DVDs. So there's only 3 DVDs here. I actually just watched this one earlier this afternoon. I gotta say, this one was pretty, emotional. Especially the music. The music was so emotional. It was to me. But it was the movie A Christmas Story Christmas here on a DVD. This is actually the one that was supposed to be the direct sequel to the original movie, which I think they did a sequel to A Christmas Story. Bob Clark did a sequel to that. I think it was called My Summer Story or something. But I never watched that one, so I don't know if it was any good. But this was mainly, Ralphie now, I think. Because the original movie takes place in the 40s. This one takes place in the 70s. This is hip. It's Ralphie now, and he's got 2 kids and a wife. And he finds out that his father passed away, and it's him going back to his childhood house and to take care of his mother, trying to have the best Christmas that he could possibly give the kids and the family. I really did like this one. There's 2 things that is a shame, though. First of all, it would have been cool if they put features on here, like some kind of interviews or something, but they never did. Second, it would have been cool if, well, actually 3 things. So 1, no features. 2, it would have been cool if this came out the Blu-ray, but I was kind of hoping maybe they would I was trying to see if like the UK or Canada put it out on Blu-ray, kind of like what they did with the Witches movie, because the Witches remake, it's out on DVD in the US, but in Canada and the UK they put it out on Blu-ray in those countries, but it was region free though. Third, this was so good, this movie definitely could have gone into theaters, in my opinion. But other than that though, I did enjoy this one. Alright, these last 2 right here. Let's talk about 2 DVDs. These were ones I watched when I was little, and that's why I got them. This one right here, you actually saw me get signed at that Comic-Con video. I actually ended up ordering this when I found out the one person was going to be there at the Comic-Con, and I got to meet him. Such a great guy. So this DVD is actually signed, but it's Barney's Night Before Christmas here on DVD, and of course it's signed right there. Wrote Snickerdoodles, Dad, character name. His name Dad. That's all it is. John Swayze, he plays Dad, of course. I haven't watched Barney in years. Of course it was something I watched when I was little. I don't. Technically, I wasn't gonna collect any of them anymore. Especially this, I wasn't planning on ever getting on DVD because I could watch them on YouTube. This one, however, I was like, I'm gonna do it because I would love to get a DVD signed in person. So I did, but this was basically, Barney and the kids celebrating, Christmas, and it's, it's worth watching. But I don't know. It was just something I've always watched when I was little. Same thing with this last one right here. This was actually my mom's favorite movie to watch around Christmas back at that time. And of course, I only have, I think, only 2 actually on DVD, if I'm not mistaken. But, of the show. But it was Sesame Street, Elmo Saves Christmas here on DVD. And of course, this is like the old school Sesame Street from 1996. This was, it was mainly Elmo saving Santa Claus, because Santa Claus gets stuck on the, from the chimney. And because of that, he gives Elmo, the snow globe, this snow globe that will, give him 3 wishes. And one of the wishes he ends up making is having Christmas be every day. And when Santa finds out about that, he's like, no, you don't want to do that, because Christmas every day is too much. And it's him taking the reindeer. And the reindeer, I know, is the voice of Sprinkles from Blues Room. I don't know what that guy's name is that voices that reindeer and Sprinkles, but I need to look it up. But it's him having the reindeer take him around the world to show him what Christmas will be like, in spring, in the summer, and then a year later, basically, and you see all the timelines, everything's all messed up and everything. Just something I grew up with, and it never gets old, to be quite honest. It really never gets old. But yeah, that is all the DVDs and Blu-rays, Christmas-related stuff I got to talk about. But, again, I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.